I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. All right.
I thought you were going to throw like a maple tree reference in there.
I did think about it, but I went past the tree part.
Yeah. So it was just a song.
And then if you change the wonderful world part, like that's like a sin. So I let it ride.
Yeah. And then I was waiting for it's a Yankees sweep world or something like that. But it was just a song in the end.
It's just a nice song. It's a nice rendition of It's a Wonderful World.
All right, we got game 3 of the Yankees versus Blue Jays series. Yankees took the first 2. First one was, we'll get into it. They got a pretty good lineup again. Stan got hurt yesterday, so we'll see how he's got a lot of days now to like kind of figure that out if it's just a bruise. So he's out of the lineup. Everyone else in the lineup. It's a pretty good lineup, Jake. DJ LeMahieu's leading off, playing third base. Aaron Judge batting second, playing right field. Gary Sanchez playing another day game after a night game. That's of note. Voit batting cleanup at first base. Edwin Encarnacion homered yesterday. He's DHing. Didi Gregorius back in the lineup. Aaron Hicks in the 7-hole. Gleyber Torres 8-hole back there. Brett Gardner rounding it out at 9. Paxton on the bump. I'm surprised to see Gary. But with the 2 off days before we go to London, it makes sense, I guess. But I was still surprised to see it because, yeah, then you have 3 days off in a row. Everything else is good, right? We just have a good lineup now.
Yeah, it's a bummer about Stanton. We'll see what the update is. Contusion always gets tricky because it's a bruise, and it's either a significant bruise or it's just an excuse for pulling a guy out of a game because he banged his leg a little bit. So we'll see on that. But no, this is a good lineup. You and I are Guardy stands, but he's been good for the past. He's been very good for the past over a month now, not just good. Hicks figuring it out from the right side. Gleyber batting 8 seems unfair. Edwin finds the short porch again. So, yeah, we love it. And, yeah, I don't know if we want to go there now, but I think the Yankees are going to really try to abuse these off days with the London trip and even the All-Star break coming up, even though a couple of our better guys will be there. But I think they are happy to do a bullpen day in London, which that's a pitching thing. But, yeah, I mean, I love it. You know, it's an early game. Gary's going to have the night off in 2 days. And, you know, if I think there is a world where there's obviously a world where they'd like to get a lead and maybe throw Romine in the 7th inning or something like that. But yeah, we love it. This is everything we asked for last year.
Yeah, true. I was saying on my post-game recap yesterday, like we took the series today, so we may see a big punt lineup tomorrow. And then I was like, we don't have a punt lineup anymore. It's not really a thing they can do. It's really hard to throw out a lineup that will kind of disgust me.
It's kind of insane, right? It's like, I mean, it would be Romine for Gary, which is tough, but it's a backup catcher. And then Guardy again, who's been great for a month, and like a coin flip between Urshela or Didi. So it's like, yeah, this we're doing good things, people.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Paxton's on the bump. I kind of just said this to you, like it feels like a wasted Paxton start. Like a day game of a series we've already won right before we play the Red Sox, which I believe is the same time last time we played the Red Sox. Paxton pitched the last game of the series right before. And it's like, I wish the Red Sox game was tomorrow. If the Red Sox game was tomorrow, Paxton would not be pitching today, I don't think. I think they would have rescheduled it to push Paxton so he faces the Sox. But the Red Sox game, we have 2 off days in a row. You can't push him that far. So this kind of feels like a wasted Paxton start to me because I don't care much about this game today.
Yeah, a little bit, and especially our big thing with Paxton lately has been him like feeding off the energy or giving us that intense Paxton. Feel like it's going to be tough day game before the London trip for the sweep to get that big energy out of him. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe it's against his native land, the Toronto Blue Jays. So maybe that's it, Jimmy. He's always been pissed at them. Had his perfect game against them, right? So I don't know. That's a pretty tough spin. I guess the other thing that I would spin is that he's going to start today, and then he's probably not going to start until, next week, like the Tuesday or Wednesday game, right? So, and again, after that is the All-Star break. So I think the Yankees are viewing these next 2 weeks kind of in a rest mode. And I think that's what they decided with Paxton. They can almost give him like a midseason breather between the London trip and the All-Star break. And the bullpens have been working. And as I told you a second ago, like I think they're going to be willing to empty the bullpen for both Red Sox games, which I think is pretty cool. So I'm okay with it. I understand your feelings though, babe.
Well, I know that their hands are tied. It just kind of just like, I'm not complaining that they're doing something wrong. It's just like, man, wish the schedule didn't fall this way. But is what it is. He's not going to pitch until like Thursday, Friday, unless they completely flip the rotation after London,
which they can. And maybe there's some talks about that. Maybe we'll talk about that.
Then if you do that, then you can get CC a ton of rest. That'd be cool. Yeah, we'll save that for the podcast today. What are the Blue Jays got? Is this updated? They got Kevin Biggio's leading off today. Vladdy DHing. Gurriel in left field, Grichuk in right, Rowdy at first, Hernandez in center field, Galvis at short. Ooh, Drury. Have we seen Drury yet this series?
No.
Is he just a bench player for them?
Might be a lefty-righty thing right now. I think the Blue Jays are still hunting for something, and I think they like Biggio at second, and Vlad plays a lot of third. Those are Drury's strongest positions, so he might be in a tough spot right now.
Does McKinney get more run than Drury?
Does McKinney get more run than Drew? I don't know.
Because they were the two we traded over there for Hap, and you thought Drury was the main piece. But they're both on the 25 man, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, I just did a dumb thing. I wanted to compare Drury and McKinney's 2000 seasons. So I went into Baseball Reference and I clicked it and I compared McKinney to McKinney. Baseball Reference didn't catch it. Like, are you sure?
Are you really? Yeah, that's a feature that a good one like a Google or a better website that has the people they've developed that, not Baseball Reference.
Are you sure you want to compare McKinney to McKinney?
McKinney's played 45 games. He's also been a little hurt. Drury's played 61, so he's still getting some run.
They've both been awful.
Yeah, Drury's hitting 210, McKinney's hitting 215. So
OPS of 641 and OPS of 608. They've both been awful. So
bad.
That sucks. It's a bummer. Yeah, anyway, so we see Drury today at third base. That'll be fun. He was a Yankee last year, but went blind, for anyone that doesn't know. So they traded him. Said, excuse me, coach, I'm blind. I said, okay. Go to the minors, and then we'll trade you.
I haven't been able to see for years. What?
Yeah, no, it's just sometimes during games I get these splitting migraines, and then my whole entire vision goes blurry. And you have never told anyone for 6 seasons in the MLB. Yeah, it just never seemed like something people would want to know about. I'm like, okay,
well, you're traded. It never came up.
Well, you're traded.
Yeah.
Blindo. So anyway, we see him.
One of the best AAA players there's ever been, though.
Set records for on base.
Set AAA records.
Well, so anyone that doesn't know, they rewired some nerve in the back of his neck that was giving him splitting migraines and causing blurry vision. So they fixed it. He can see now. And then he was stuck in the minors because Andujar was doing so well. And he was just like, I think he had like a 40-game on base streak and like was playing so good. And all his quotes were just, I don't belong here. I wish I never admitted to going blind.
I'm a major league player. That's why I'm doing so well.
Let's find his numbers from last year.
Oh, no.
400 on base percentage.
He set the consecutive on base streak or something like that.
Something crazy.
Yeah. So there's
someone's
that.
asking if we're serious, and it's like, yes. This was a storyline last year. Yeah, that was a real storyline last season.
Sifting through our words, he genuinely told the Yankees he's had splitting migraines and he has trouble seeing sometimes. And the Yankees
were like, years.
Oh, okay. So he went to the DL. They did a bunch of tests. They kind of figured something out, like Jimmy said. And then when he came back, Andujar was raking at third, so there's no spot for Drury. So they just kept him in AAA because he had the option and he was setting records. And they do like the nice minor league tweets, like Brandon Drury, sets AAA record for getting on base. It'd just be like, this is awkward. He's a major league player.
Yeah. Big debate. Like, do you think Drury regrets admitting to blindness?
He made the AAA All-Star team, right?
It was such a dubious award.
Sucked.
Of course I made the All-Star team, guys. I'm a major leaguer.
Yeah.
I have been since 2015.
It's tough.
Tough times. All right, so Drury's in the lineup today at third. Congrats, Brendan. We will see you there. And Paxton's on the mound. Jake, didn't Paxton just face these Blue Jays recently? And he had a good start? No, he had a bad start.
Mr. Maple.
I believe bad start. I'm pulling it up right now. It was 4.2 innings pitched, 3 earned runs. Only 83 pitches thrown, so not the best. But after that, he had a
I'm trying to think. So that was his second start after rehab. His first start, he threw 66 pitches against the Padres, no hit. And then this was against Toronto, 3 earned runs, 3 walks. And he threw 83 pitches. So this was kind of his next jump, and he still wasn't right yet.
Yeah. Grichuk homered off him. Then Kevin Biggio homered off him. Then Vladdy got an RBI single off him. So watch out for all the young guys. Yeah. He's been good in his last 2 starts. He's been really good at the stadium this year. Like really, really good at the stadium. I think 2-something ERA in 7 starts. So I'm expecting big things from Paxton today. But I'm kind of not as well, because when the vibe is not there and there's not a big game environment, he seemed to play like it's not a big game. And today is so not a big game. I can't think of a lesser big game. We've won the series. Everyone is already looking forward to London and so excited. Like all the questions are already about London. All their families are already on flights over there. It's going to be – this game's going to feel like a battle. Like no one's going to care.
Yeah, the optimism of a Yankee fan would be, all right, put up a big number early, throw it in cruise control, catch your flight. That could go the other way too. If Toronto gets a couple runs early, we could see a Yankee type punt day kick in, which we haven't seen in a little bit now, which is all right. But I don't know. I think day game at the stadium, Paxton, it kind of is the what to watch for, right? It's does Paxton and the Yankees have energy, or are they already, eating fish and chips?
Yeah. And you think they're going to use a lot of bullpen today, or you think they're going to use a lot of bullpen in London? That's what I was confused about pregame.
So I think potentially both. I think I'll say this. The second part I fully believe in. I think with the 2 days off, A, how much have we talked about the Yanks regularly using guys? But B, 2 off days before an off day after. I think they're going to be ready. They're doing a bullpen day, and I was thinking about the logistics of it. I mean, it's even more spaced out than a playoff schedule. Like, if they really want to, go pedal on the floor, they can use the four horsemen in both games, and it wouldn't be a problem at all. And with Chad Green pitching well, I mean, there's a lot of opportunity there. We can do, and we're still undefeated in bullpen days, so I don't think they're going to be I mean, they're not going to use Chapman, right? Because he pitched.
No, he's not pitching today.
Right. So Britton moves up to the closer role, and we want him to pitch.
Which I told you guys yesterday. I was all over this.
Yeah. So Paxton to Britton. So what's the connect the dots, James?
Paxton, and then Britton's going to close if we need a closer. Ottavino can go, and probably should go, unless like there's something behind the scenes, like he's really tired or something's nagging at him. If Ottavino's healthy, he should pitch today. He didn't pitch yesterday. He threw 3 pitches on Monday, and he did not pitch Sunday. So he's thrown 3 pitches in the last 3 games, and there's 2 off days coming up. So now's his chance to get some work in. Otherwise, he hasn't pitched in a while.
Yeah, I mean, there's even a world where, I mean, if you get Paxton for 6, which is pretty feasible, I mean, you could go 3 innings between Otto and Britton. I mean, that's very feasible. Or you could see someone like if Canely needed to finish, maybe you try to push Otto for 2 and have Canely finish an inning if you need it.
Canely's out.
He's out too? Okay.
Yeah. Canely threw the last 2 games in a row, so he's not going to pitch today. Canely and Chapman are unavailable, but Britton will close it. I think Otto will get an inning, and then we'll see what they do, man. Like, they could turn to Sessa or Hale or Tarpley.
High leverage Tarpley. Hale probably.
Yeah.
We still like Hale.
Yeah. So if it's a close game, the path to victory is Paxton for like 7, Otto and Britton for 1 each, with Canely and Chapman unavailable. Unless they use Canely, 3 days in a row, knowing there's 2 days off, but I don't think they will. I think Canely and Chapman are unavailable.
Unless Canely felt good and they've been wanting to try that, like we've seen them do Gary catching a day game after a night game. If they wanted to test out, if there's a guy to test out if he could pitch 3 straight days, it's probably Canely. But yeah, I think, I mean, if you get a good 6 out of Paxton and it's a close game, I think you go to Vino. If he has 1 clean inning, you throw him out for the second. If not, you figure it out. You have to figure out a couple outs to get it to Britton.
Yeah. They have said that Stanton is available off the bench today. That's a lie. But they have to say that. There's no way they're going to play Stanton. It would have to be like 2 serious injuries.
It would have to be like the last at bat of the game, a sidewinding lefty against Brett Gardner, and Stanton is feeling great today. He just had like a cut on his leg.
And I'm not trying to say Stanton's injured or hurt. I'm just saying 2 off days coming up. Stanton banged up. They're not going to use him
more
today.
Important things.
Yeah, they're like, I would guess they're not using Stanton today at all. My what to watch for, Jake, is the short porch and Edwin Encarnacion. He had never hit in a short porch home run in Yankee Stadium in all his life until he became a Yankee. His first home run, he kind of found it. It was a porcher, but it wasn't like not a home run swing porcher. Yesterday, he basically sneezed the ball to right field for a home run.
That was an eye-opening moment for E squared.
I think Edwin, because he was pissed about it off the bat, and then it just dunked in for a home run, and he might be like, wow, okay.
He was like mad he had to run out of the box.
I think we may see Edwin fall in love with the short porch for like a week until he has to then say like, okay, stop it. Just hit how I normally hit, because he hit the cheapest home run yesterday. So he might just be aiming there today.
And it's always interesting, Jim. We'll see how it develops, but we think a stadium is kind of a stadium for 95% of it, but I mean, if Edwin Encarnacion has taken a lot of outside pitches because he's only got, 325 power the other way, like that could kind of change his approach and how pitchers pitch to him. Like maybe pitchers can't throw away to Edwin Encarnacion. And if you throw in, I mean, you mess with the bull, you get the horn. So, yeah, he was pretty happy with that.
Yep. All right, is it homer draft time?
Homer draft. It's the homer draft.
We both got a point on the board yesterday, Jake.
Yes, sir.
You got your Aaron Judge call correct. I got my Edwin Encarnacion call correct, which means on the series, you're up 3-1. You have correctly predicted 3 home runs in the last 2 games. Good for you, you piece of shit.
Oh.
I get to go first. I cannot choose Gary, Didi, Edwin, or Stanton. I cannot.
Can't pick them.
I cannot pick them.
He's trying to figure out how to play defense right now.
Yep. Who has Jake not chosen that he might like today? It's Didi or Voit are the options. Or, okay, I'm taking Glaber and Judge.
Nice. I will be going with Edwin. We just talked about him. He's having a good time. And you know what? I think I'm going to go Guardy, Jim.
Wow, that's weird.
Yeah.
You're a weirdo.
Okay.
Just saying.
I know I gave the cop-out what to watch for before. Mini what to watch for. LeMahieu is hitting like a goddamn nut job.
Yeah. Best batting average in the MLB, right?
Yes, but he even these past couple games, Jimmy, it's I did his last he's 1 hit shy of hitting 500 in his last 10 games. Which okay, yeah, that's insane. We know that. And I mean it's a little skewed. He had the 4 for 4 the other day, but he had 4 hits. I mean, Jim, just his last 3, just because I think it's silly. He's 8 for his last 10 with 3 walks.
That's pretty good.
One of the 2 outs was a strike 3 call out of the zone, like clearly. So he's crazy hot right now. So that's a mini what to watch for.
All right, mini what to watch for. We got it. Jake, what's the over under? Yesterday you went over. You got.
It turned into the classic game. The Yankees had the couple bases loaded. It never cracked. What do you think? Do you think they go back to 10.5? Paxton's kind of good. 10?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be the 9.5. Sunday getaway day. You just never really know.
Damn, not on Espen again.
Who's got the over under in the chat?
Who in the chat has the over and under? Maybe I just need.
Maybe ESPN's just being dicks and stopping to do it. I don't know any betting sites. I don't care.
Let me give me one thing. Tell the people you were waiting to tell them about the other thing.
I'll just go to the chat. Just answer some questions. This has to be the most depth the Yankees have had in the field in a pretty long while. DJ has to be the best pickup in the offseason by any team. Well, Brantley has looked good in Houston. I agree with most and all of that, Josh Clevenger. What do you think we're doing with Greg Bird when he's back? Greg has to get back first. We're at the point where no one even asks about updates. If he does get healthy, he'll go to AAA.
Yeah.
And that's about the end of that journey for now until he gets there.
I mean, it would be September call-ups or a lot of people getting hurt at this point.
Are you going to cover the Vandy win last night? We'll talk about that on Jomboy Radio. We're doing after this today. Some guy just said, "Are you serious?" Oh, we already did that. He was talking about Drury. Congrats to Jake correctly picking Judge's homer yesterday. Nice.
Thank you. James got one.
Yeah, I got one too. Hey, congratulate me, 19 girl BH. Drury, not good this year. Do you think Glaber will be an all-star? He's got to win this next vote?
He either wins the next vote or he gets in organically, and he's going to be an all-star.
Okay, so we think he will be an all-star.
Yes.
Sarah Jeter's birthday today?
Yeah, 45. Luke Voigt.
Wow. Do you think the Yankees will get 29 straight games with the homer? Does that mean they homer today?
Yes.
They broke the record yesterday? Yeah, they'll homer today. Someone will homer. They're at home. And then they're going to homer in London because the field's like 200 feet to dead center.
Little League, yeah.
Oh, great. Did you find the over-under?
I saw some things. It was looking like 10 or 10.5.
All right. How'd you feel about Tarpley in the 7th? He looked good. He looked mean. Like he looked like he had something to prove. He turned around after his first strikeout like, that's fucking right. It's like, whoa.
Got that MLB save. He's tough now.
Yeah.
Chapman Jr.
Yeah. Can't remember the last time I've seen Hoodie Jake. Wow, Jake. Your hoodie game has been off, they're saying.
Yeah. Summer.
What's that?
It's the summertime. It gets warm.
Ethan does not think that Drew is a Yankee this year. He could be wrong, though.
Don't check with us. Yankee for life.
Should the Yankees trade for Addison Russell of the Cubs?
Everyone's talking about it.
Someone responded, trading for Addison Russell would make 0 sense.
There it is.
Jays are better than the Yanks, said Cade, which is objectively not true. All right. Let's see. There's some that are just coming in. Dodgers going all the way. Chapman's a closer. What's Jake drinking? There's an important question.
I was having some coffee out of a Colorado Rockies cup, actually.
Wow. Go Rocks.
Yeah.
Go Rocks. What's the Jake Sucks backstory?
It's the front story.
Story Ellie.
Story Ellie of my life.
I think that's where we're gonna end it.
Come watch us on JJR if you're bored at work or you're looking for something to watch. Little national sports, little silly stories.
You going to any of the Dodgers versus Yanks in August? So the Dodgers coming out here? Aren't the Yankees going to LA?
Yankees are going to LA.
Yeah, I won't be there. Oh, it's so far away from me.
Yeah. I debated it. Crash on Bobby Butts' couch.
You do have a spot.
Yeah.
In 2017, I was going to go to the World Series if the Yankees beat those fucks. The Astros.
Houston.
They lost.
They lost. Spoiler.
They lost. All right. Spoiler. We are out of here. This was the pregame show. We'll be doing JJR pretty soon. Same exact channel. See ya.